Have you ever wondered why the world is so effed up? Would you believe that it wasn't always like this? There was a time when everything was perfect until one question ruined it all. Let's go back to the very beginning. Welcome to Scriptures Remixed. This is where we take Bible stories and verses and remix them into something raw, relatable, and for the culture. Today, we're telling the story of how humanity went from living in paradise to experiencing pain, struggle, and heartbreak. It all started with creation, the masterpiece of God, and a single moment of doubt that changed the course of history. Let's dive in. Last week, we dove into the beginning of the world, according to the Bible. We talked about how in the beginning there was nothing but God, no light, no stars, no oceans, just Him. And then He spoke. With His words alone, God created order out of chaos. He crafted the sun, the moon, and scattered the stars like diamonds across the sky. He shaped the mountains, filled the oceans, and painted the skies with the beauty we still see today. But creation wasn't finished. God saved the best for last, us. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them." Let that sink in. You weren't just made, you were designed in the image of the Creator. That means you carry His reflection, His creativity, His love, His ability to connect deeply with others. You're not here by accident. You were made with intention, crafted to be a reflection of God's beauty and power, and it gets even more personal. Genesis 2:7 says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." Think about it. God didn't just speak you into existence like the stars or the oceans. He got His hands dirty, forming humanity from the dust, and then He gave us His own breath. That's the same breath that fills your lungs today. You are alive because of Him, and every breath you take is proof of His meticulously crafted care for you. Once He created humanity, He gave them a home, a place called Eden. Genesis 2:15 says, "And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it." This wasn't just a vacation spot, it was a perfect place. With purpose, Adam's job was to care for and cultivate the garden. God trusted him to nurture what had been created. That's actually a reminder for us too. Every blessing God gives us comes with responsibility. Whether it's your family, your job, your talents, or even the planet we live on, God calls us to steward and protect what He's given us. But back to Adam. Even in paradise, something was missing. Genesis 2:18 says, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet for him." God knew that we were designed for connection, for relationships. So He created Eve, and the way He did it is incredible. Genesis 2:22-24 says, "And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made He a woman and brought her unto the man, and they shall be one flesh." Eve wasn't an afterthought. She was part of God's masterpiece, created to complement Adam in a relationship built on unity and love. This wasn't just the start of humanity, it was the foundation of marriage, of family, of connection. To this day, most of us model after this union without fully understanding its origin. None of us were meant to be alone. As previously stated, we were meant for partnership. Now, as time has passed, this message has gotten lost and skewed in today's society. We lost the ability to rely on one another, and everyone blames everyone else for this issue. The cause is way deeper, but we will get into that at another time. Now back to the story. For a while, everything was perfect. Adam and Eve lived in harmony with each other, with creation, and with God. They had everything they needed: food, purpose, companionship, and the presence of God Himself. But then the story takes a turn. Genesis 3:1 says, "Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made." Enter the serpent, slick, cunning, and ready to cause havoc. He didn't come with force. He came with a question. A single question that planted the seed of doubt. Did God really say that? Now, doesn't this sound like a narcissist to you? Eve responded by repeating what God had told them. We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. But by then the serpent had done his work. Doubt was already creeping in, making Eve question if God was holding something back from her. And that's where we're leaving it today. The serpent's question sets the stage for a decision that changes everything. What happens next? How does one choice lead to pain, struggle, and separation from God? And what does it mean for us today? Subscribe and come back next week as we unpack the lie, the consequences, and the mercy that still shines through. We're breaking down the Bible to build up faith. Catch you next time.